Coming to you live from our studios here at MS24. Welcome to MS Breaks. My name is Kwabinami. Coming up, Cabinet approves fisheries co-management policy. Also coming up, Head of Research at Imani Africa, Patrick Stevenson, admonishes political parties to reconsider their numerous promises of freebies ahead of the 2020 general elections. Now to the details. A total of 465 beneficiaries have been trained in aquaculture best practices, pond construction and pond management. Now, this came to light when the Minister of Fisheries and Aquaculture Development, Elizabeth Afolokwe, took her turn at the Meet the Press series here in Accra. Now, according to the Minister, the Aquaculture for Food and Jobs initiative is in line with government's medium-term vision of using the subsector to increase domestic fish production and also generate additional jobs for the youth.
I indicated that the ministry is piloting the Aquaculture for Food and Jobs initiative. I emphasized during the presentation that the Aquaculture for Food and Jobs was to complement other government initiatives aimed at creating jobs for the youth, such as the Planting for Food and Jobs program and Rearing for Food and Jobs under the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. AFD is expected to increase aquaculture production and create additional jobs along the aquaculture value chain for the youth. The ministry implemented the pilot phase of Aquaculture for Food and Jobs initiative in August 2018 and rolled out the full implementation of the initiative from January 2020. From the pilot phase, a total of 465 beneficiaries have been trained in best aquaculture practices and are in a position to start fish farming on their own.
Now let's stay on the same development. The Minister of Fisheries and Aquaculture, Elizabeth Afolokwe, says Cabinet has approved the fisheries co-management policy, which seeks to enhance the current consultative approach to fisheries management. Now addressing the media, Madam Afolokwe said the co-management policy is one of the effective and efficient strategies for managing resources in the sector.
And I'm happy to inform our key stakeholders that Cabinet has approved the co-management policy for the fisheries sector. The policy seeks to enhance the current consultative approach to fisheries management by transitioning from a more top-down consultative management framework to an approach that will promote a shared responsibility among government, resource users, and other stakeholders. The policy is to help us manage the fishery sector in a more inclusive manner and promote voluntary compliance with management regulations and standards. Cabinet has approved the policy and the document is with the Attorney General's Department to be gazetted, after which it will be implemented.
Research at Imani Africa, Patrick Stevenson, has admonished political parties to reconsider their numerous promises of freebies ahead of the 2020 general elections. Now, according to Patrick Stevenson, freebies promised by these parties will further derail the state of the economy and also delay Ghana's economic recovery from the coronavirus pandemic. Now, Patrick was speaking at MS24's business analysis program, Spotlight, on Tuesday.
First of all, that both sides of the political divide stop the nonsense of free things. Yeah, I know it's a political season, so more often than not, I'll be deferring to that. But I think that, the finance minister himself, as a person, right from 2017, I think some public comments and statements he's made sort of shows where his inkling will be. And I think it's not so different from anybody who ordinarily looks at the economy and want to bring the economy onto a sustainable, debt path. There are things you wouldn't expect, government to do, so to speak, the politically sexy things. So that's where you're going to start from. But you're a finance minister, you don't have control of these things because you just look at the public purse and what's in there and whether or not you can support all of these things. But also you're a government that won elections. And so, again, things are going to be promised and you're going to have to find a way of dealing with it. So I suspect the immediate things will be to understand, the priorities, the development priorities of the country.
Later tonight, MX24 will host the first Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Maxwell Opoku-Afare, on Spotlight. And I have the host of the show here to give us more insight. Philip Nafuri, thank you for joining me on MX Breaks. What should our viewers expect tonight when the Deputy Governor comes into our studios?
Well, thank you very much, Kobina. Simple matter. We are privileged to be hosting the first Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana. and we want to delve into a number of issues. The economy, Bank of Ghana itself. You know, since 2017 to date, Bank of Ghana has been one of the institutions that has been in the headlines for some good reasons and some wrong reasons. We want to have a discussion with him, more personalized discussion about the direction of the Bank of Ghana in the next 5-10 years, and whether beyond the regime of Dr. Addison and his deputies, will the Bank of Ghana's reforms for the sector, will it stand, will the anchor hold? So it's just more or less personal discussion with him. We'll get to know his other side, his personal side. What does he do in his free time when he's not in the Bank of Ghana, and stuff like that. So I urge all our viewers and listeners to join in tonight at 8:30 p.m.
You talk about the bad reasons, the banking sector reform, the collapse of banks is something that people are still not abreast of. Are you going to promise our viewers that you bring them some perspective on that?
Thank you very much. So the issues of accountability, independence, transparency, and most importantly, what you mentioned, the supervisory role of the Bank of Ghana. There have been a plethora of reforms since 2017, and back and forth, we've had discussions about the banking sector and then the non-bank financial sector. I'll push him on that and find out if indeed all customers, depositors, whatever they be in the economy, are happy with what's going on and whether we would see a future rid of such problems again.
Yeah, fantastic. So your final message out there?
Well, I'll just entreat all our viewers and listeners to join us tonight at 8:30 p.m. as we host Dr. Maxwell Opoku-Afari. He's the first Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana. So please do join us at 8:30 p.m.
Yeah, thank you very much, Philip,
for
that insight. Well, that's it for today's edition of MS Breaks. My name is Kwabena Ameyao. Keep watching MS24.